today me and Chandra sir are here for a very important session, guys, because many students in the previous session have demanded, sir, we wanted some important topic from which more and more problems are coming in the GATE examination, because actually we had a habit in our childhood also. When we were in 6th class, 7th class, 9th class, 10th class, we were going to our teachers to tell that what are the important topic which will be directly coming in exam. So guys, that same habit we are having within us, and guys, definitely for that purpose in this session we are going to tell you all those important topics from which GATE have been asking again and again. And my dear, that we have taken from the previous year's questions only. And when we will be talking about all these topics, you will see that more than 70% of the paper is there from those topics only. On an average, I am talking about. So my dear, we will be having all those discussions. So Chandra sir, what do you want to add?
Yes, a very good evening all of you guys. If you guys are dreaming of securing single digit or a double digit rank in GATE 23 examination, then we at Byjus are definitely going to help you to achieve your dream. So this session we have brought, this special session is going to be important for all the mechanical aspirants who are appearing for GATE examination. So we will be giving you the complete detailed strategy, detailed study plan along with the important topics, as sir had said, which will be going to help you to boost your confidence and which will give you a right direction where you need to prepare to be most efficient in the competition like GATE exam.
And guys, do like and share the session so that more and more students must join, because for this session at least every mechanical engineer must be requiring those kind of information. So every mechanical engineer must have some excitement for this kind of session. I feel so. Yes, Madhuvamshi, hi Ayush. So good evening to all of you guys. So guys, we are starting the session now, and do like and share the session. We want more and more students to be live, because this session is important for every mechanical engineer who is going to appear in GATE 2023 exam. Not only for important topic, we will also be telling you some other extra things which are required to be in top 100 rank, as Chandra sir was saying, that what are the extra things you need to add in your preparation journey. We will be discussing about that. What are the things you need to remove from that? That also we will be discussing. So guys, we are going to have all such kind of discussions. So this session is going to be very interesting and important for all of you guys. So guys, yes, we are starting it now.
Guys, you can also ask your doubts, whatever you want to know from us, you can write in the comment section. We will definitely more than happy to assist you, whatever in our capacity.
That's why we two are here, do kadam. So one I will be telling you, then Chandra sir would be answering the comment. When Chandra sir would be telling you, I will be giving the answer of the comments. So guys, this is some detail about me. Those who are watching me for the first time, I'm having 10+ years of experience, and my dear, I have written many research and review papers, qualified GATE many times and other examination, and these are my areas of expertise. You have seen many of my lectures also during YouTube classes also. So this is some introduction about me.
Yes, sir. Most of the students already know about us. So this is my introduction. I am also having more than 10 years of experience, graduate from IIT Delhi and cleared engineering services examination. I have cleared SAIL also. So these are my areas of expertise. You can ask any doubt whenever you feel like.
And guys, do join us our Telegram channel if you have not done that, because in our Telegram channel we are going for exam notification, all PDF of the sessions we are taking on YouTube, and my dear, other than that, we are giving handwritten notes also, sessions updates, and also daily important question and doubt clarification. Wherever you are preparing, guys, you can take doubts of viewers. Also, you can ask for other kind of helps in different subjects if you want. So do join the Telegram channel.
Yes, sir.
So my channel link is Mechanical by Dheeraj Sardana.
And mine is Mechanical by Chandra Shekhar. Once you join our Telegram channel, you can share your knowledge also with everyone else. So the knowledge always keeps on increasing by sharing more and more. And we have proved our quality by producing all India single digit ranks in previous year. You can be the next in the slide. If with our guidance and your hard work, definitely you can be the next topper, where we will show your photographs to the young aspirants who are preparing for the GATE examination. And very important news for all of you, those who want to prepare with our paid course, there is a 90% scholarship when you appear for our scholarship test. So you register the scholarship test, that is completely free of cost, and the exam is going to be conducted on 12th of June at 11 a.m.
Yes, guys. So now we will be talking about what are the various things we are going to discuss in this session, my dear. So what are various essential ingredients? My dear, the very first thing is why important topic, because the session heading says that we are going to discuss some important topics in this session. So why only important topics? Why not all? My dear, second, we will see subject-wise weightage. Then we will see subject-wise important topic and book list for that. And also, my dear, we are going to have detailed study plan, the detailed guidance for you guys that how you shall start now. Mohan Raj, as you are asking, actually the technical syllabus 70 to 80% is same for GATE, engineering services, civil services and other exams. Like in engineering services, there are some extra subjects like you can say for different branches here, mechatronics and robotics for mechanical is there, which may not be there in civil services. So there are some 3 to 4 subjects which would not be there. Paper 1 is not there for civil services, which is there in engineering services. Okay, so guys, let us see. So first thing, my dear, why important topic only? So guys, just like and share the session, we are going to see the important topic. But why important topic, my dear? There are 3 major reasons behind that. The very first reason is 80-20 rule. What is 80-20 rule? We are going to see that. Second thing is to avoid less coverage, the point. Third one is to save the time during revision. So these 3 points we are going to discuss now one by one in a great detail, and why we require important topic for that. The first heading is 80-20 rule. So my dear, that rule is given by Pareto. It is also known as Pareto's law. Those who have studied inventory control in industrial engineering, they must have seen this Pareto's laws also. And my dear, what this law says, actually we are going to see. Actually, whenever we are going to effort, so my dear, whatever be the exam you are going for, my dear, for that there are some 20% effort which are going to convert into 80% of the result, and there are 80% of effort which are going to convert into 20% result. The point is, my dear, there are some 20% topic from which 80% exam is there, and my dear, there are rest 80% topic from which only 20% topics are there in exam. So my dear, we need to choose those 20% effort to get 80% result, because none of the competitive exam requires 100 marks. Okay, so for any competitive exam, if you are going to score around 75 to 80%, you are going to get the top positions, the top PSUs, whatever you want. So my dear, we just need to go for those 20%. And that is why the first reason is why we want the important topic. Okay, Chandra Buleshu, yes, you shall give it. So you can ask about that from the team when you will be having some contact number for that. Okay, so let us see the second thing. Second thing is to avoid the less coverage. My dear, there was a time before 2006-7 when students were preparing only for some selective subject. So my dear, because at that time whatever the PSUs or IITs were there, not very hard, like highest marks were there around 60-65. So they were very selective about the subjects. They were going for some limited number of subjects. So my dear, now the case is different. Now if you are looking for a PSU, which is the major concern for the student, it is going to be the target of 90%, I will say more than 90% of you. So my dear, if you want to go into these PSUs, you need to score more than 75 to 80 marks in any condition. And if you need to score more than 75 marks, my dear, for that obviously you cannot leave any subject. So my dear, that is why I have written to avoid less coverage. So you need to cover the complete subjects, but my dear, sometime we feel some subject to be very difficult. So my dear, for such kind of difficult subject, you can go for those particular important topics. Okay, that is what I want to say. And my dear, the third thing is to save time during revisions. Whenever you are going for revision, it is difficult to revise the complete subject. So for that time, you can go for those selected topics only. So my dear, in this we have discussed 3 things. One is 80-20 rule, 20% effort, 80% result. Second is, yes, to cover more number of subject. Third is in the less time. So my dear, because now the time is going, you can see June is there and only 6 to 7 months are there for preparation. So that's why for some of the student, maybe time is also concerned, because there are some job going students. there are some students who are already in their semesters and they are not getting proper time. Okay, so for such kind of situations we are having these important topics also. Now Chandra sir will tell you other things.
Yes, as sir had said, you should always understand the need of the exam rather than the syllabus of the exam, because each and every examination is having more or less same syllabus. But what is the requirement of GATE examination, that you need to understand. So as you all know, this is the examination pattern. There are total 65 questions, and general aptitude will be carrying 10 questions, 5 1 marker and 5 2 marker, and in mathematics is also having 10 questions. So the remaining 45 questions are from your engineering discipline, that is the mechanical engineering, and there is negative marking also. So the total 65 questions, out of them 45 questions are from the mechanical engineering, which involves MCQs, MSQs, as well as NAT type, and the time duration is 3 hours to score 100 marks. The total marks is 100. So if you are going for the preparation, how to select the paper, depending on couple of things. Which subject you need to start first, which subject you need to start later, that depends on one of the important thing is the weightage of particular subject in any examination. If we are talking about GATE, in GATE examination, these 4 topics are having the highest weightage: aptitude, mathematics, production and thermal. And the second list is for the subjects which are having comparatively lesser weightage: fluid mechanics, strength of materials, theory of machines and heat transfer. And the last section is for those subjects which are having the least weightage in the examination. So one thing is, you should select the subject as per the weightage. The second thing is, you need to select the subject if it is a basic subject or advanced subject accordingly. Sometimes a subject require prerequisite to study. For an example, if you want to study machine design, for that you need to understand the strength of materials. So if the subject is very basic, that you need to select first. And the third thing is the difficulty level of the subject. That is again very, very important. Sometimes students select the highly difficult subject at the first place and then they start getting demotivated. So by keeping these 3 points in mind, you should select your subjects accordingly so that you will be having your preparation in a more efficient manner.
Yes guys, so as sir have already told you, after mathematics and aptitude, the highest weightage subject is production. So my dear, let us see the very, very important topics of production, from which more number of questions are being asked. Before that, I will say you just like and share the session guys, because this is a very, very important session. So my dear, the very first thing is VI characteristic equation. Yes, definitely Abhishek, you can take the screenshot or this PDF will be provided to you in the Telegram channel. So my dear, first is VI characteristic equation of arc welding. Everybody would be aware that we are having an equation V is equals to V naught minus V naught by IS. IS into I. This equation is very, very important because they are asking for power maximization or optimization of power. My dear, second thing is types of efficiency. You know there are 3 types of efficiency. I am teaching you at 8 p.m. class. What are those? There are there is melting efficiency, heat transfer efficiency and overall efficiency. There are many questions on these 2 topics. Third is, my dear, some theory questions are being asked on the gas welding. So in the welding, these 3 are very, very important topics. Then we are talking about the casting, my dear. In metal casting, my dear, permeability test is very, very important, you know. And my dear, gating system design, you know there are many types of gating system: top gating system, bottom gating system. And nowadays questions are being asked on the parting line gating system also. Okay guys, and also I would like to tell you, in permeability test you need to remember the formula of permeability number. If you see out of these topics, many questions are there. Then riser design, you know Chivorinov's law is there. In riser design you have some other types of designing, like you know Keynes law is there, shape factor method is there. Is it clear or not? Yes, Abhishek, I will be sharing for sure. So my dear, there are 5 to 6 method for riser design, and there are 4 types of gating systems. And my dear, out of these, you will be getting at least 2 to 3 marks or 1 to 2 question, you can say. Here also one numerical will be coming out of these two. So every year they are asking in that way only. This is based on observation of last more than 30 years of mechanical as well as P&I. Then my dear, you will be having bulk metal forming from metal forming, that is rolling is asked majority of the time. If you see 50-60% time questions are from rolling and extrusion, okay. So very few questions are there from forging. Then my dear, sheet metal operation, you have blanking, punching and deep drawing. So my dear, more than 80% questions are covered of sheet metal operation from these 3 topics. Then we have merchant force circle from metal cutting. My dear, from metal cutting, there are at least more than 300 questions available from previous years. And out of them, you will see at least 50 questions would be involving the concept of merchant force circle or merchant analysis. Yes, nowadays they are asking about economics of machining also. Previously the questions were less. In last some of the years, we are having more number of questions from economics of machining. Then my dear, velocity triangle and shear angle, more than 50 questions in the previous years are there from these topics. Okay, and my dear, ECM EDM is from non-traditional machining method. If you see at least 60 to 70% time they are asking numerical on ECM and EDM. So that is why this is important for NTMM. As I said, when you will see previous year's papers, more than 70% you will be getting from these topics only. So these are the topics which are most important. I told you the requirement for that. From material science, we can go for crystal imperfection, Frankel defect, Schottky defect, okay, and also about phase diagrams. Then my dear, in metrology and inspection, we have limits, fits and tolerance. You know, majority questions are coming from limits, fits and tolerance. Then my dear, G&M codes, you need to remember the list given by me of 20 to 25 codes that are okay. You cannot or you need not to go for all the G&M codes, okay. And my dear, then I will say BLU calculation and additive manufacturing. Additive manufacturing is newly added topic. If you see from last 2 years, questions are coming from that. Then my dear, for books, if you are asking me, I will suggest you no need to go for books, because we are having some wonderful handwritten notes in the Telegram channel. You join with me, you will get that, okay. Some of you are already using that and they have given the comment, sir, after using those notes there is no requirement for anything else. Madhuvamshi, yes, triple T diagram comes after the phase diagram only, so that is covered in that. But triple T diagram is more important for engineering services, okay, mind it. So my dear, if you still want to go for books, then my dear, P.N. Rao is good for casting, welding and metal forming, okay. And my dear, Ghosh and Malik, that is good for machining, or you can say non-conventional machining also. And my dear, this is said to be the Bible of production, because in this, whatever you will not get anywhere else, you will get in this Kalpak Jyan. So that is my dear foreign author book, and it is a wonderful one. Keep it as a Bible of production. Okay, one subject is over. Let us see about others. So first of all, I will be telling you about my subject, then Chandra sir would be coming for his subject. So my dear, now strength of material, stress strain diagram is the most important one. You might not get questions in very, you can say before 2000 from this topic. But from 2015, every year they are asking one question from this. Because this is something on which not only strength of material, but production is also depending on that. So guys, do like and share the session fast so that other students also join. Because this is very important session. And this is the need of hour. My dear, Mohr circle, you know the name itself is enough. Because it is something from which questions are coming. If you see 10 questions from principal stresses or transformation of stresses, you will find out, my dear, 9 out of 10 are asking what is radius of Mohr circle. So my dear, then we are talking about compound beam. This is the part of SFD BMD. And as well as with the compound beam, you need to go for some special cases. We have discussed 17 or more than that cases for SFD BMD. You must be aware of all of them, because out of level 1 and 2, one question is coming every year, okay. But compound beam have already been asked for 4 times. That's why it is also important. Then my dear, principle of superposition is important for deflection of beams. You have seen in deflection of beams, more than 70% of the questions are being asked from principle of superposition. Then my dear, bending and torsion equation is important because they are very basic and going to be used everywhere. So one question you will find either from bending equation or from torsion equation. Then my dear, Euler theory of column, this is not as important as other topics are, because in 3 years one question is coming from Euler equation, Euler's theory of column. Okay guys, so my dear, with this we are coming shear stresses in the beams. This is the topic from which nowadays questions are coming. Previously they were not very important. Nowadays they are asking, but you need to remember the case of circle, triangle and rectangle. Okay, and you can see the distribution of I and T section. They are the important thing. Rest you can leave from this topic. Okay, so guys, yes, Telegram channel Bhavesh I will be sharing at the end of the session. There you can download this PDF and written notes also. Okay, so guys, let us move further. Thermal stresses cases, my dear. In thermal stress cases we study many cases, but for GATE my dear, the important cases are, one is when we are having both hand fix, and my dear, other is when we are going to have partial restriction cases. These two are the most important cases for GATE examination, and you must also have a case where we are having deflection plus thermal. I have done this question many times in the classes. So deflection plus thermal question where they are giving you some temperature profile can also be asked in the paper. Then my dear, series and parallel combination. If question will not be there from those difficult topic, question will be there from this easy topic. Okay, then my dear, after that in miscellaneous I would like to say you can go for some of the things like thin pressure vessels, but yes, they are not very important. Very few questions are been there. Thin pressure vessels, and my dear, next when we are talking about strength of material, shear center is newly added topic there. Okay, so there also you can have a question from basic rules. What are basic rules? Axis of symmetry, shear center will lie, and if we are having two thin rectangles, at the center of them intersection part, shear center will lie. Okay, so those kind of things will be coming. Yes, Shreya, very good. So guys, the reference book you can follow is R.C. Hibbler for conceptual point of view. B.C. Punamia you can follow for numericals. And if you don't want to go into books, handwritten notes of subjects are available on my Telegram channel. You can download from that and use them. Then my dear, machine design, the third subject of mine. I am taking design and production. Production we have seen. Now after machine design we will see mechanics. Then Chandra sir will be coming. So for machine design, my dear, first topic which is very important is theories of failure. In theories of failure, maximum principal stress, maximum shear stress, maximum distortion energy. So my dear, these three are the most important. If you see, more than 90% of the question, my dear, are being asked from these three theories only. And my dear, second is band brake and shoe brake. For brake, I will not suggest you to leave anything, because 1 year they are asking from band brake, 1 year they are asking from shoe brake. You might be thinking, sir, okay, if this year it is shoe brake, we can leave it. No, there are two sets. In one set they can ask band brake, in other set they can ask shoe brake. So no need to leave anything. Then for clutches, UPT, UWT. Sometimes there is no question from brake, then question is there from clutch. In clutches, UWT is applicable if nothing is mentioned, but sometimes they mention uniform pressure. So here also we cannot leave anything. You need to remember the formula for both the theories. Then my dear, eccentric loading of type 1 and type 2. Here if you see all the previous year's question, they are only asking type 1 and type 2. They are not asking the other types of loading. Okay, so if you are going for type 1, 90% questions are from this and rest 10% are from this. So this is more important, I will say. Okay guys. Then my dear, load life relationship is from rolling contact bearings. Okay, rolling contact bearings, and from this I will say every alternate year question is coming, because alternate years I am saying because there are two bearings. One is sliding, other is rolling. So 1 year they are asking from sliding, other year they are asking from rolling load bearing. From sliding contact bearing, they are asking either Sommerfeld number or torque or power loss. What is the torque loss and power loss? They are asking. Okay. So my dear, next, the books for machine design. I will not suggest you to go for a number of books because weightage of the subject is very less. You can see the average 4.6. So you must go for only one, VB Bhandari. But still, if you want to go for foreign author, go for Shigley. That is a wonderful one, but VB Bhandari is enough for the same. Okay. So guys, yes, just I am completing with 2 more subjects, Tom and Mechanics. Then Chandra sir is waiting for you. Theory of machine is very, very important subject. The weightage is approximately near to the production. Then my dear, the first topic from which questions are being asked, it is degrees of freedom. Degrees of freedom, you need to go for both Kurzbach equation as well as Grubler's criteria, because questions are being asked from both. Then my dear, crank and slotted lever mechanism. Here you can be asked stroke length. Okay. You can also be asked about quick return ratio, and you can also be asked about R and L by giving the other things. R is crank length, L is connecting rod length. I feel everybody is aware of that. Then my dear, next is Greshoff's law. Spelling is wrong, one S is more. So when we are talking about Greshoff's law, my dear, you have seen at least 7 to 8 questions are been there from Greshoff law in last 33 years. And all these 3 topics are from one chapter only. So my dear, one question is out for GATE 2023. Either from this or this or this. One question will be for sure. Then my dear, next important topic is relative velocity approach. For that you need to go for only special cases. One special case is when we have this kind of combination, both angles are 90 degree. Second special case is for crank and slotted lever mechanism, the velocity analysis. I told you the formula for that also, if you remember S by L plus S. This type of formula you have seen for forward and return. If you remember, I'm just showing you that what you have seen previously. So my dear, for eye-center approach, theorem of angular velocity is very, very important. And at the last, from flywheel, we will be having energy equation and punching press. So I have covered 4 to 5 chapters here. For rest, we have next slide. Then my dear, from the next topic, that is balancing, you need to go for the formula of both primary and secondary balancing. Because this year they can ask you the ratio of primary to secondary or secondary to primary. This type of question is viral now. You can have one such kind of question. Then my dear, gyroscopic couple, the topic was added in 2016, and from 16 to 22 already 3 to 4 times been asked. So very, very important, and power plant wala portion is more important. Okay. Then my dear, after that, torque method from natural vibrations. Okay, if you have seen from natural vibration, if 10 questions are being asked, 6 to 7 are there from the torque method only. So my dear, it is very important. Then damped vibration, I have written completely because here we have only 5 formulas. So you just need to remember those formulas. You will be able to make all the questions. I am giving you the hint. One formula is of zeta, that is C by Cc, that is C by 2 root Sm, if you remember. Okay, there are some other formula like omega d in terms of omega n. Then my dear, there is a formula for logarithmic decremental ratio. Okay, so there are 5 such formulas from which the questions are being asked again and again. Midun, punching press is important. As I said, nowadays they are slightly deviating from the previous topic. So as per that, you will have a question on punching press. This is my intuition says. Then my dear, transmissibility ratio from force damped vibrations, and critical speed of shaft is also from force damped vibrations. So they are very, very, very important topic, guys. Then my dear, magnification factor again from force damped vibrations. Types of motion of follower from cams. If you remember, in cam and follower topic, there are 4 types of follower motion: uniform velocity, uniform acceleration, simple harmonic motion, and cycloidal motion. And till now they are asking from uniform velocity and SHM more. In future also you can expect the same, but you need to prepare for all the 4 motions. At least you remember the equation of displacement, so that by differentiating you can find out velocity, acceleration and jerk at any instant. Okay guys. Next is my dear, compound and reverted gear train. Previously in gear train they were asking only from epicyclic gear train, but the trend of last 8 years is something different. Out of last 8 years, if my dear there are 16 papers, from 16, 12 to 13 times they are asking from compound and revert it. So that is why it becomes important. But if you see previous years, they are once again coming in the recent year to epicyclic once again. So my dear, here you need to study all of them. And as I said, tabular method you can go only for, or if you are very much okay with analytical method, that's fine. Otherwise, tabular method will solve your purpose. Then my dear, gears, the involute gear analysis, there are involute and cycloidal. So if you are going for involute analysis, that is very, very important nowadays. And my dear, from involute analysis, they will be asking you contact ratio, they will be asking you path of contact, arc of contact. So you just need to remember formulas only, okay? So guys, if you are happy with these topics, just like and share the session. Characteristic of governor is important from governor. This year you have seen the question from controlling force diagram. So we can expect the similar type of thing, like they may ask you about isochronous governor this year. So be ready for the same, guys, okay? So my dear, the reference book for Tom, once again I will say, if you are okay with handwritten notes, they are available on my Telegram channel. If you want to study from book, nobody is going to stop you. You can follow SS Ratan, Amitabh Ghosh and RL Norton. You can also follow Theory of Machines ke liye Amitabh Ghosh, but it is slightly difficult to understand for every student. It may not be suitable. So guys, after that, I am coming with my last subject. After that, your wait would be over. Chandra sir is waiting for the other subjects which he is going to take for you guys. So my dear, in engineering mechanics, we have friction block problems. So friction block problems questions are very common in GATE. You have seen the previous year's question. At least 50% questions are there from the block problems. Then my dear, trusses, zero force member and force in some of the member. This include 100% of truss, because questions are coming from these two topics only. You can go for only method of joint, but for some cases it may become lengthy. So for that purpose, you can understand method of section. Otherwise, 80% purpose would be resolved by this. For rest 20% also you can do by method of joint. But for the sake of simplicity, you can go for method of section also. Yes, Kameshwar, you can get them from my Telegram channel, Mechanical by Dheeraj Sardana. Anish, as per the trend, it should be moderate to hard. Easy ke chance nahi hai. Equilibrium is there. Lami's theorem is important in equilibrium chapter. And every year, if you see, after alternate year questions are there from Lami's theorem. Then my dear, screw jack and wedges are new topic added in 2021. And you can see in 2022, in one paper, they have asked about wedges. So this year, there are chances of screw jack. Once again, they are from friction only. Then my dear, Lagrange equation also added in 2021 and asked also in 2021. And my dear, collision, it was important before 3 years. Nowadays questions are very, very less. Either they are not asking, but still they may come back to collision. So it is important one. Don't leave it. Okay. Abhishek, IIT Kanpur is going to conduct 2023. Okay. IIT Kanpur is the conducting body for GATE 2023. Okay. So guys, as Abhishek has asked, so I would like to tell you that on this Sunday at 12 PM, we have a session where I will be dealing with some previous year's questions of those years when IIT Kanpur have conducted. This is just a session to give you a revision of previous year's question, because in this way you will be revising strength of material engineering mechanics with me with previous year's question, and you will get authenticated solution. Okay, because in books maybe some solutions are not correct. So my dear, now these are the books for engineering mechanics. A.K. Tile is a good one, and Bhavi Katti also you can refer. H.C. Verma is too hard for this engineering mechanics part, because engineering mechanics they are not asking up to that level. But yes, for friction it can help you. Okay. Otherwise, as I said, notes are enough. So now I will invite Chandra sir for the other subjects. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Take the charge.
So guys, I hope you are liking this session. We have really worked hard to bring the important topics for you guys. You cannot skip any subject. But yes, you can make a list of all the important topics. You can revise again and again, and you can practice more and more numericals from those topics. There is fair chance that the questions will come from these important topics, because there are 45 questions and the syllabus is very vast. So sometimes a particular topic may not be covered in the examination, then another question may be covered. So that is why the importance of these topics is very, very helpful for having your preparation in the right direction. So I am talking about the thermodynamics and application of thermodynamics. Please guys, do like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel so that you will be able to get all the notifications. So first topic, which is very, very important from the thermodynamics, is the concept of heat and work and the first law of thermodynamics, that is energy conservation law. Mostly questions are asked from this portion. Then in refrigeration, vapor compression cycle, that is again very important from the refrigeration. And in air conditioning, the theoretical questions are normally asked from the psychrometry. Next is from the power plant engineering. The thermodynamic cycles are very, very important. In application part, normally the questions are framed from the thermodynamic cycle. One such cycle is vapor power cycle, is Rankine cycle, which is used in power plant engineering. So sometimes the questions are asked from the intercooling in Rankine cycle and reheating from the Rankine cycle. And again, the next important topic, the order of the topic is like those which are carrying more weightage in the previous 10 years. So the second law of thermodynamics, generally questions are asked to find out the coefficient of performance from efficiency from the heat engine, or the coefficient of performance from the refrigeration cycles. And entropy is again one of the important topic from the second law of thermodynamics. And from the IC engine, normally the questions are asked from the Otto cycle. Sometimes the questions are asked from the diesel cycle as well, but more important is Otto cycle. These are the important topic. And again, air or the gas power cycle, that is the Brayton cycle, is again one of the important cycle in thermodynamics and its application. All right, Brayton cycle, yes, again this is very, very important topic. So these are the most important topic. You should practice more and more numerical from these topics for getting the highest possible score in your GATE examination. I have already told you that if you are aspiring for single digit or 2-digit rank, then you cannot skip anything. But the topics which are more important, you should practice more and more numericals. So the average weightage of thermal engineering in GATE examination from the previous 10 years is around 10.8 or around 11 marks. The reference books, again sir had already told you there is no requirement of a reference book. If you are making the notes, if you are having the handwritten notes, then you do not require any reference book. But still, if you are uncomfortable in any particular topic, or if you want to improve anything, or if you want to read more about a particular topic, then in that case you can refer those books. Yunus A. Sengel is very, very beautifully written book for thermal engineering, and P.K. Nag does not require any introduction. Most of the students already know about P.K. Nag. They must have studied during their college also. So what I would recommend is, do not refer a single book for each and every application. So one single book for the thermodynamics, basic thermodynamics, and the application of thermodynamics is more than sufficient. The more important is preparing your own handwritten notes and revising from them again and again. The next important topic from my side is fluid mechanics and hydraulic machines. And in this, there are some formula for laminar flow in a pipe, you will find every alternate year the question coming from the laminar flow in a pipe. If you remember the formula, you will be able to solve the questions easily. And sometimes the questions are asked from the series and parallel combination of pipes as well. Parallel combination. But that is not much important. Laminar flow in a pipe is more important from the internal flow. Then the fluid kinematics. The topic is a little bit complicated because there are differentiations involved in the topic. But in kinematics also, the most important topic is equation of a streamline, how to apply the continuity equation, and how to find out the acceleration of the fluid. Normally, the question will either be asked from the streamline, developing the equation of the streamline, or the continuity equation, or the fluid acceleration. That is from kinematics. Other topics are not that important. Then the next important topic is energy conservation for ideal flow, that is the Bernoulli equation, and for real flow, the energy equation using the losses into consideration. And then application of momentum equation. There are two applications from which the questions are asked. One is forces on pipe bend, Another application of momentum equation is the impact of jet. The next important topic is the fluid property viscosity. Normally, if you will find the question from the fluid property, 99% of the times it will be from the Newton's law of viscosity only. Alright? And again, from the manometry, how to write the pressure equation by using the Pascal law and hydrostatic law, U-tube manometers, that is important. This topic is not only important for getting the direct question, but also it is important for clubbing the question with the energy conservation, or for the fluid dynamics also we use the pressure equation. So that makes the topic very, very important from the fluid mechanics. Other than that, the application of this pressure equation is hydrostatic forces. Hydrostatic force, very rarely questions are asked from the hydrostatic force. Yes, but the questions are asked from the buoyancy also, buoyancy and flotation. So pressure equation covers the Pascal law, hydrostatic law, as well as the hydrostatic force and buoyancy and flotation. In dimensional and model analysis, the various model laws using the dimensionless numbers is again one of the important topic. Recently, the questions are getting asked from the model laws. Dimensional analysis is not important. But yes, in model analysis, the various model laws is again one of the important topic in fluid mechanics. And then the next important topic is boundary layer theory, or flow over a flat plate. Again, the mass conservation in the boundary layer, mass conservation equation is important. Other than that, various thicknesses are also important. Abhishek, losses in pipe and branching of pipe is not very important. Rarely questions are asked from the pipe losses. The only loss which is important is the major loss, that is the frictional head loss, Darcy-Weisbach equation. Minor losses are normally not asked, or if it will be asked, then only the formula can be asked. Theoretical question can only be asked. Otherwise, numericals generally they do not ask from the minor losses. And in case of hydraulic machine, so many students are afraid of hydraulic machine. So the pump is not very important. Generally, the questions are not asked from the hydraulic pump. But yes, hydraulic turbine is important. And in that particular topic also, the questions are asked from the specific speed. The model analysis using the specific speed, specific discharge, specific power, etc. Other than that, the understanding of the velocity triangle. If you are comfortable with these two topics, how to draw the velocity triangle and how to analyze the velocity triangle, and how to find out the specific speed, what is the important. Model laws are like Reynolds model law, Madhu. Reynolds model law, equating the Reynolds number for the model with the Reynolds number of prototype. Froude model law, the model laws involve the dimensionless numbers. fraud model involves the fraud number, Euler model involves the Euler number. So mainly Reynolds model and the fraud model are important for GATE examination. Yes, so these are the various topics. Again, for the thermal and fluid mechanics, I would recommend you to refer the same book, because there are concepts which are applicable in thermodynamics also, which are applicable in the fluid mechanics also, like energy conservation. So once you will refer a single book for the subjects which are interrelated, then you will be able to develop the relationship, because sometimes the questions are asked in such a manner that one part of the question will be solved by using the concept of thermodynamics and other part is solved by using the concept of fluid mechanics or heat transfer. So if you are referring any book, I would recommend you to refer Sengel for thermal as well as Sengel for fluid mechanics, or you can also go with the FM White, that beautiful book, very well written, very well explained concept. And for hydraulic machine, you can have the separate book that is written by K. Subramaniam. All right. The next topic, next subject which I generally take is heat transfer. The most important topic in heat transfer is conduction. When you are comfortable with conduction, it means you are comfortable with more than 60% of your syllabus in heat transfer. So conduction in plane wall is the most important. Other than that, composite plane wall involving the combined modes of heat transfer using the circuit diagram or electrical analogy. Questions are asked from the circuit diagram or the composite system involving the combined modes of heat transfer as well. Please guys, do like, share and subscribe the channel, because we have really worked hard for you guys to make the list of those important topics. 99% of the chances is there that you will be getting the questions in GATE 2023 from these topics only. But as all know, GATE is really uncertain examination. Nobody can predict 100%. But with our experience and with the previous year question paper, we have made this list for you guys. Then again, recently the questions are being asked from the radiation mode of heat transfer also, and in which the two topics are very important. One is the radiation shape factor, very important topic. Either the question will be asked from the shape factor, and even if the question is not asked from the shape factor, if the question is asked from the analysis, then also it involves the concept of shape factor. So you cannot have any chance of skipping this shape factor understanding and the various radiation laws as well as analysis. All the topics, there are three major topics, all the topics are important in radiation. Forced convection is all about fluid mechanics. So there is a very close connection between the fluid mechanics and forced convection. So that makes the topic very important for GATE examination, because GATE always try to make the question covering the multiple topics in a single question, because there are only 45 questions. They need to check your understanding from the entire syllabus. So that is why one part of the question will be solved by using fluid mechanics, and other part of the question may require the understanding of the heat transfer. That is very important topic for your GATE exam. Heat exchanger, mainly LMTD approach is important. There are some formula. If you remember the formula, you can easily solve the questions from the LMTD. Very simple topic, highly scoring. That makes the subject, that makes the topic very important. Very rarely questions are asked from NTU. All right. And then unsteady conduction. This is all about the steady state conduction. And the another part of conduction is unsteady state conduction, where we analyze the system assuming it as a lump system. Unsteady state conduction. And there are some formula only. If you recall or if you memorize those formula, it is very easy, and always the questions carries 2 marks. And last but not the least, the critical thickness of insulation, very, very small topic. There are only two formula, K by H or 2K by H. But yes, it is very interesting and very, very important as per the application point of view. So that makes the topic again important for the heat transfer subject. Again, Senjal you can use for heat transfer also, or if you want to have the detailed analysis or detailed understanding of the heat transfer, as sir said, for Kalpak Jain is the Bible to production. Similarly, this Incropera and David is the Bible for heat transfer subject. Everything, if you may not find anything in any other book, you will definitely find everything in this Incropera and David. But I would recommend you to follow Senjal only, or you can go with the PK Nag. If you are following PK Nag for thermal engineering, then you can refer PK Nag for fins. Is not very important money. Yes, there is a possibility of appearing questions from the fin, but that is not much important. The only case, generally the questions are asked from the first case when the length of the fin is very, very large. Kumaram, I have already given you the topics from the radiation. Shape factor, then laws of radiation. One is the Stephen-Boltzmann law and another is Wien's displacement law. These two laws are important, and the third one is Kirchhoff's law of radiation. These three laws are important, and other than that, the radiation analysis using the circuit diagram. There are resistances, space resistance as well as surface resistance. If you have an understanding of those resistances, you will be able to solve the question from the electrical analogy of radiation. So these are the reference book for heat transfer. And the last subject which I take is the industrial engineering. And let me tell you, in 2022, the heat transfer subject carried 11 marks. Surprisingly, it was carrying equal marks as that of the production engineering. Heat transfer subject is very simple, easy to score 100% marks in heat transfer. That makes the subject very, very important from your GATE examination point of view. Let us move to the next subject, that is the industrial engineering. Again, in industrial engineering, the questions from the project management, the techniques of project management. One is the critical path. Once by using the network diagram, you should be able to draw the network diagram and you should be able to find out the critical path for the particular project. That is very important. And the questions are also asked from the crashing of an activity to reduce the time duration. Yes, Abhishek, if you are having the full faith on us, we would not recommend you to follow any reference book. So if you are attending the class religiously, if you are having our handwritten notes, our notes, then definitely you do not require anything. You can update your notes by including the concept which you feel to be new whenever you are preparing. Yes. Crashing of an activity is again important topic from the industrial engineering. And then production planning and control. Forecasting is important. And in forecasting also, most of the times, 90% of the times, questions are asked from the exponential smoothing method. All right. Hi Ganesh, good evening. Welcome to the session. Please do like the session. It should definitely reach to each one of you who is aspiring for GATE 2023 examination. For linear programming problem, more than simplex method, graphical method is important. But sometimes because simplex method is lengthy, very time consuming. But yes, sometimes the questions, objective questions are asked from the simplex table. But that is not very important. But graphical method you can easily solve within the limited time frame. So that is why most of the times the questions are asked from the graphical method for solving the linear programming problem. All right. Again, inventory. And in inventory also, inventory is the topic, but in the topic also, this is the subtopic EOQ model. Most of the times, 80-90% of the times, or I would say more than 90% of the times, the questions are asked from the EOQ model only. All right. I hope you are able to recall these subtopics. Those who have really prepared or who are really working hard or preparing, they must be understanding that these subtopics which are there. And those who are not able to understand, they can go back and open your notes and try to find out these topics and work hard to understand these topics more and more. In queuing theory, there are some 5 to 10 formula. And queuing theory is again one of the important topic. Questions are generally asked from the queuing theory as well. Little's formula, how to find out the waiting time, how to find out the queue length, system length. There are some formula which can be directly used to get your answer for the numerical problem from the queuing theory. In transportation, that is not very important, but Vogel approximation method is important, because again, transportation model, if you will start solving the question using the transportation model, it will be a subjective question. So generally the questions are asked from VAM method only. And finally, assignment problem. This is very simple topic, assignment problem. The only method used to solve the assignment problem is Hungarian method. Again, it is one of the important topic. Yes, Abhishek Sahu, yes, SPT rule is, yes, one of the important topic. This is the marks which is the average for last 10 years. And if you want to have the reference book for industrial engineering, for operation research part, I would recommend you to follow either Hemdi Taha, if you are comfortable with that, or you can go with the second Paneer Selvam. And the rest of the topics, you can go with the OP Khanna or ND Vora. These are the reference book for industrial engineering. All right. If anybody is having anything to ask, please do let him know. As we told you that we are giving you the sample study plan. If I would have been in your place, if I would have been preparing, as I told you, how to select the subjects, that is again very, very important. Sometimes you select the difficult subject which will not motivate you to have the preparation with your full dedication, with your full effort. So if I would have prepared for GATE examination, then, because maths and aptitude are important, there are around 8 months in total. From now, for the examination, there are only 8 months. So the February month, 15 days, 10 to 15 days is completely dedicated to the formula revision. No need to study a new topic. And these 2 months, December and January, should be fully booked for test series and revision. So ideally you will be having these many months to study or to cover the entire syllabus. 6 months are there. So you can start with mathematics, because mathematics is used in all the subjects to understand. So maths and aptitude, and along with that you can have the engineering mechanics, because it is one of the basic subject to understanding strength of materials, and the rest part of the maths and aptitude can be covered in the next month. And then strength of materials is again one of the basic and important subject. The third month you can go with the maths and apti and FM. So in these 3 months you should be able to cover 4 subjects. And then September, thermal engineering and heat transfer are having connection with each other. Then 1 month you can devote for thermal engineering and heat transfer. Heat transfer is not that large subject compared to thermal engineering. Similarly, in the next month you can go with the production and industrial engineering. And in the November month, theory of machines and machine design can be studied. So this is my ideal study plan. Your plan might be different from mine, because it all depends on the difficulty of the subject. It all depends on the interest of in the subject. So my plan may not work for a particular student A very well, but it may work better for me. So every individual is unique. So you can make your own study plan as per your need, as per your requirement. All right. Abhishek साहब books तो बहुत है, books तो बहुत सारी है, but we would not recommend you to follow any reference book. It is always advisable to study from the notes only. That is more than sufficient. And reference book are only to refer some of the topics which you want to explore more, and each and every book contain the same content. So it does not matter whether you are referring a particular book or the other book. So in the last, I would tell you what you need to do and what you should not do to score single digit or double digit rank in your GATE examination. The first thing, as I have told you earlier, most of the students go with the syllabus of the exam. So it is not important to cover the entire syllabus. You should understand the need of the exam. What is the pattern of the particular examination? As per the need of the exam, you should prepare yourself. Always work towards the quality study rather than quantity study. So many students think today I have studied for 2 hours, tomorrow I will study for 3 hours, the day after tomorrow I will study for 4 hours. That will not work. As long as you are not getting the results, the quantity or the number of hours to study is not going to help you at all. So you should always improve your quality, improve your preparation. You should always check your preparation whether it is going in the right direction or not, and do not ever compete with others, because every individual is unique. So somebody might be very good in theory, somebody might be very good in numerical. So you should not compete with others, but you should always compete with yourself. Your next day should always be better than your previous day. That is very, very important. The next is never ever give up. You might have the bad phase during your preparation, you might feel very low sometimes, but once you will give up, you will definitely be out of the competition. To be in the competition, you should fight till the last breath. Then you will have the fair chances of getting succeed in your examination. And the last point is, every day you should keep on optimizing your daily routine. You should make small targets and try to fulfill them. And if you are able to fulfill them, make the bigger targets next. So this is how you should always keep on checking whether you are optimizing your daily schedule or not. Please avoid the social media context. There are so many challenges, there are so many sacrifices which will be required to crack the prestigious examination like GATE exam. So you should be ready to give all you need to give for this particular examination. All right. So this is all about the do's and don'ts.
Yes guys, so now you can ask if any queries there. Yes Ganesh, we welcome you on this channel. So keep going with us, have your preparation journey with us and get advantage of various technical and generic sessions. Yes guys, yes Irfan, hello dear. So guys, here we are concluding the session. If you have any kind of doubt, you can ask me. So you know, now in technical for mechanical students, welding is going on from production. 2 marks is the weightage. So guys, we have already completed resistance and arc welding, and today I have started solid state welding. Tomorrow we will complete solid state welding, and after that we will go for gas welding, and then after completion of my series on this Saturday, Chandra sir would be starting from next week. Okay,
industrial engineering.
Yes, industrial engineering would be coming. Okay, and guys, on this Sunday, a very, very important session, previous year's GATE question of SOM and engineering mechanics from all those years when IIT Kanpur have conducted. This will just be for a practice of previous year's question, and you will be getting authenticated solution when some faculty would be solving with you. So definitely that is going to help you.
Irfan, you are never late. You can start your preparation right away.
Sir, actually he is asking for this session.
Yeah, I know.
So
but I am giving
the
him
recording.
The suggestion for starting.
You can see the recording, Irfan. Okay? So he's already preparing. No? That's why I said. So guys, those who have still not joined the Telegram channel, for what you are waiting guys, just join these Telegram channels. of me and Chandra sir, you will be getting this much benefit, and many things are going to be added up in upcoming days. So don't miss the opportunity, guys. Okay.
Definitely, Madhu. Whatever the subjects, some subject Dheeraj sir will be taking on YouTube, and the remaining subjects I will be taking. So we promise you that we will cover the entire syllabus for mechanical engineering. That is our promise to everyone.
So guys, now BYJU'S Exam Prep is a complete solution for all your GATE, ESC and other examination needs. So do join with us and get the complete benefit. So just subscribe if you have not done till now. Okay. So guys, after this, just like the session, share the session, subscribe the channel. Signing off for today. We will be meeting soon again. Yes, thanks Shreya. So we will be meeting tomorrow once again at 8 p.m. guys. Be ready for that. Gas welding. Yes.
Thank you
Goodbye.
guys. All the best for your exam, and we are there to help you out in every possible way. So stay tuned. We will definitely give you whatever we got the knowledge and as per our understanding. Thank you very much for being part of this session.
Don't forget to like the session before leaving. Okay. Goodbye.
Yes. Thank you guys. Good night. Thank you.